to beat them again. It's the best team in London, or the best team of all. Everybody knows us, we're called Millwall. Let them all come down to the dead.
A new campaign brought with it fresh hopes. The Lions were raring to go, and who knew then what the season had in store? Changes would be made at the top, but it would be in the FA Cup that they would prosper. And it kicked off at home to First Division new boys Wigan Athletic, with the Millwall faithful paying their respects following the untimely passing of Lions coach Ray Harford, a fitting tribute.
We've had enough chances, but Wigan strong. They've come up and they look the part. And here's Eiffel looking the part on the left-hand side, and he's brought down. One question, it's answered in the affirmative. A penalty to Millwall. No question. Neil Harris to put Millwall ahead. And Phelan stopped it, but Wise was there. Dennis Wise. And Phelan must have felt that it was Wigan's day, but Dennis Wise brilliantly on hand to tuck away the half chance to put Millwall ahead. He punches the sky in celebration. These corners have been giving Wigan trouble. And it's Cahill! Oh, where was the marking there in the Wigan defence? Cahill won't complain. A pinpoint corner from Wise. A bullet header from Cahill, and Millwall have two.
Throwing once more to Oxford down this near side, which will be taken by Robinson. Robinson gets the ball back. Get forward from Crosby. Oh, that's falling field for Basham. Basham with a shot, and Tony Warner has to make it. Oh no! The ball is, I thought Tony Warner had made an excellent save, but Oxford are in front.
It is a challenge to come to a ground like this. Get anything, really, a draw is something. And well blocked, but it's just come out as far as Roberts. And Harris in some space. And a good shot. Oh, it's going to be in there, it is! Whelan was the man who got the touch. Tim Cahill was with him. Harris's shot came in, all sorts of bundle. Whelan got a touch, Cahill went in there, but Whelan puts Millwall ahead on just 5 minutes. So lack of firepower, perhaps, is the best you can say. Warner's got to chase this one. Ashton with him. Warner's come out to terrible error, and Ashton has given Crewe a shock lead. Well, Warner's got himself in trouble a couple of times this half, but now Cahill can come away for Millwall, and that's a header, and it's a goal. It's a last-minute goal, and it's Noel Whelan who scored the winner at Sunderland last week, and he saved Millwall's blushes with a last-minute equaliser from a great cross. So Palace have the free kick, which does look as though Watson's going to take. And straight through the wall and right past Tony Warner, didn't even see it. Palace snatch the lead. Peters still managed to get the header into Harris. Only been on a couple of minutes. Eiffel Deep cross. Aim for Peters. Peters hits it! Belgian Bob, the super sub. And Millwall's unbeaten record in August is intact with a last-minute header to make it 1-1. Thoroughly deserved for Millwall. Dennis Wise breaking for Millwall. Eiffel. I want to finish by Eiffel. And Millwall take the lead. Eiffel, not much looked on here, but an explosive right-footed shot to give Millwall a 1-0 lead. Pope. The ball to King. He's got Sanibi in the middle. Gillingham have an equaliser. Spiller. Bit of acceleration for him. And Shaw's just got a toe poke to it. Harris. The corner flag. He's past Hope there. Here's Peters. If he can turn, he can turn! Bob Peters, and he's done it again. Belgian Bob, a great turning, wonderful cool control onto that deadly left foot to make it 2-2. Wise, there's a great long ball there. Eiffel, great skills. Peters, and Bob Peters has got 2 in 8 minutes. And Millwall have the lead. Great skills, vital skills from Eiffel, setting the chance up for Peters, but he still had plenty to do. Vicious left foot, 3-2. Out of defence, and these last few minutes are going to be a struggle for Millwall as King goes in. Nosworthy. King and Nosworthy's continued his run, and it's only a half stop of Gillingham with 3 minutes to go. Have a fourth and take the lead.
It's Harris versus Banks. So missed on the opening day of the season. Could this be Neil Harris's opening goal of the season? He steps up, he hits it straight down the middle, and Millwall are in front. Neil Harris kisses his badge and he shows the delight of scoring his first goal of the season. You feel as if an almighty pressure has been lifted from his shoulders.
Now, can Millwall use this ball? Ball played inside to Bob Peters. Now, Peters on this right-hand side. Who's he got support from? Eiffel. Eiffel goes past one. And then just gets the ball caught up with the second. Still Peters, and Tim Cahill does well. Now, has he got somebody to aim for in the penalty area? It's a low one. And this is the chance for number 2, and it is number 2. And it's Noel Whelan, and that's game, set and match. And, well, it was Tim Cahill who made it. And Tim Cahill has really put the cherry on the cake as far as his personal performance has been concerned tonight.
Turn the corner, so Saturday is next up, Walsall. You know, saying to Mark McGee, who didn't really particularly want to think this way, he said he didn't look at the league tables, but there's a bit of doom and gloom after 5 games without a win. Suddenly you win 2 on the spin at home, and at this stage of the season you're probably looking at the top 6.
Yeah, that's right. We thought even 5 games, 9 points, we thought was a good start. 2 away games, which probably shouldn't lose either of them on paper, but we have done, so we knew it was important to come here, and we thought if we can get a result tonight, Walsall are coming here. They're not on the best of they're not the best of form recently. I don't know if they played tonight, how they got on, but we take the confidence from tonight and the result into Saturday, and obviously it's a massive game. People are going to want to come and watch Paul Merson, and we stop him, we stop them, and we build on what we produced tonight, and 3 more points, and the league table looks a whole lot different to it did before we started tonight.
So Warner now has the chance to make amends for that foul on Burton, but Corica sends him the wrong way. Walsall take the lead. Dennis Wise then with this free kick, lofts it into the area. A little flick on there, it was Darren Ward. Darren Ward gets the equaliser for Millwall. Millwall 1, Walsall 1. Wise with that trademark in-swinging free kick, and it's Ward who just rises above the defender to get the flick on. Now Harris then, 10 minutes from time. Can he win it for Millwall? He can. Jimmy Walker goes the wrong way. Surely the Lions home and dry now. It's Millwall 2, Walsall 1.
Chip forward from Livermore. Here's Peters. A touch back to him from Eiffel. Cahill! And James just made that with an outstretched leg. You'd think Millwall with the home side. Here's Connolly. David Connolly. Well, that's against the run of play. Ward. It's a great long ball. Eiffel onto that deadly left foot. James hopelessly beaten on the ball, cannoning back off the bar. No luck for Millwall. Warner, good clearance. Not much of a header there. Good powerful header back in from Lawrence. Peters, a bit of a flick. Harris. Eiffel. Nicely floated cross. Cahill's there! And it's the equaliser that's been coming. Thoroughly deserved. And even though the England keeper won't be too proud of this, it was a great header from Cahill. And Millwall are level in this vital London derby.
We're great. I think we're a bit gutted to not get the 3 points here. Indifferent performance first half. We changed the system at half time, and I think we looked the better side in the second half.
Yeah, you came mightily close with the swinger, a great shot which came back off the bar. At that stage, were you beginning to think, well, it may not be our day?
Yeah, I mean, I think David James had a great game today, which shows how far we've come. England #1, and he had to keep them in the game. He's made some really good saves at important times. Neil was unlucky a couple of times himself. Yeah, good performance, I think.
Certainly making themselves heard. Well fought back by Nethercott, but he's let Kumas in here. Oh dear, he's let him in. What a finish. Looking up for another shot, but Millwall got to really get to the tackle first. There's too many opportunities for West Brom. Nethercott, what was he doing? And Doby's easy header. A gift for West Brom. Wise. Nethercott's up. And he stabbed it home. The Millwall defender, atoning for his earlier error that let Doby in, has got a goal at the end of the first half. A vital goal it could be. Good corner from Wise. But look at this jump from Nethercott. Although he didn't get a clean header in, he toe poked it home. It's 2-1.
He's wondering whether Darren Ward might join the throng in the 6-yard box or around there for him to aim for with one of his long throws. It goes towards Peters. And there's Eiffel, comes in with a shot. Second goal, yes! Paul Eiffel at the second attempt with his left foot puts Millwall in front. A long throw from Tony Craig. It found its way through to Eiffel. His first attempt, well, really it was a miss hit, but the ball rebounded to him and he made no mistake with his second. It's Millwall 1, Coventry City 0.
Staunton up against Warner and he buries it to the left. And the referee is more than happy that everybody stayed out of the D. Dennis Wise's delivery for the first two have not been that great. In charge for Millwall players. This is up and hanging off the head of Ward. It needs to be hacked away by McAllister. It is so. Headed out by Safri. Back to Lawrence. First time ball into the area. No offside flag. Just for Neil Harris. Neil Harris has put the ball in the back of the net. 2 goals to 1. Millwall lead. He had all the time in the world. Everybody stood still. And Neil Harris had time to control it. Pick his corner. Millwall 2, Coventry 1. Neil Harris's first goal from open play this season, and a lovely ball delivered into the penalty area.
Well, Neil, I would imagine you, like everybody else in the Den on Saturday, was delighted to see that first goal from open play come against Coventry.
Delighted, very relieved. It's taken its time to come. Had a few chances where I'd like to think I'd got off the mark before. Wasn't to be. It's been one of those runs which strikers go through, and fortunately I've not had too many of them in my career. It's been hard work, but the first one come Saturday. I had a point to prove to the manager that I should be playing, and just a point to the fans that I can still score the goals, and just hopefully now that has set me on a run, and the goals will start to flow again.
Looking for Peters, didn't get the header, but might get the touch over the keeper. Off the line. Maybe Eiffel could put it back in. The footed shot just wide.
Finds Eddie Lewis on this left-hand side. Lewis folds the ball into McKenna. Fuller inside the penalty area. Drags the ball back. Shot comes in. It's deflected and into the back of the net. And it's little Cartwright, Lee Cartwright, who's come on as a substitute at half-time, who's done it.
Dennis Wise was installed on a temporary basis.
Mark's done remarkably well here. I mean, certainly he has been key to the progression of this football club. He took the reins from Keith and Alan and really took us on to the next level, and he did remarkably well in doing that. Won the championship in his first year, playoffs in his second year. It's a hell of a record, and you know, he'll remember very fondly, especially by me, for everything he's done for Millwall Football Club.
Now, clearly you're going to take a little bit of time to appoint a permanent replacement. In the short term, though, you've gone for Dennis Wise as caretaker boss, and you know, a former Millwall man, Ray Wilkins, well known both to you and Dennis, is coming in to help.
Yeah, it's. I met with Dennis today, and we had a chat, and Dennis very kindly agreed to take the team for the next 4 weeks and get them rallied up. And obviously he can't do that on his own, and he said he needed some help. So, which is something I expected him to ask for. He suggested Ray, somebody who I know exceptionally well. It wasn't for me to suggest, and really it was whether Ray would come and do this job for such a short period of time. And you know, both myself and Dennis took advantage of our friendship with Ray to get him to come and help out.
And in the long term, you've invited applications for the permanent post. Have you already had a number in?
Yeah, day one, not quite finished yet. We've had about 25, 26 so far. So, you know, there certainly seems to be an appetite for the job of manager of Millwall Football Club. So we want to take our time. We've got some ideas. We want to see what else comes through. But what we don't want to do is rush it. Every time we've appointed a new manager, we have been able to progress, and we want to make sure that we can do that in this case.
And the message for the fans for Saturday, obviously get behind Dennis and the team. Very difficult first game for him.
Yeah, very difficult first game, but I don't think I need to ask our fans to get behind the team and Dennis. I think even when the team plays badly, our fans have been absolutely tremendous, and I know that on Saturday they will be singing from start to finish, and irrespective of the result, what they want is a Millwall team out there that tries and plays.
Neil Harris will come forward. He will set it up and he will bang it into the back of the net and put Millwall in front. And Neil Harris's first thought was to look at the referee to see if it was going to be given. And that just shows you how things have gone this season.
Let's see what happens from this corner to be taken by Andy Roberts. Slightly different one this time. Ward's up there. Ball might break up for Eiffel. Has he got room for a shot? Low drive. What again? Eiffel is it! Paul Eiffel into the back of the net. Oh, Paul Gerrard. Gerrard having just made that brilliant save to deny Bob Peters. But Eiffel at the second attempt drills the ball low. Comes off Paul Gerrard into the back of the net. It's Millwall 2, Sheffield United 0.
Well, congratulations, Dennis, on your first game in charge. It was a terrific performance from Millwall, and I think that's the first thing that has to be said. It's just unfortunate you ended up with 9 men.
Yeah, we ended up with 9 men, and to be honest, I'm not too bothered about that. I think the first 80 minutes, the lads were fantastic. Okay, there was 2 sending-offs in the last 10 minutes, I think, but the lads were fantastic up to 80 minutes and up to 90 minutes. We deserved to win. We created a lot of chances, and I could pick them all out and say they were all fantastic, but I think Dave Livermore, Andy Roberts, and especially Neil Harris were fantastic for me today, and also the back four. Robbie Ryan hadn't played for I don't know how long. He was out in the cold, and I had a chat with him the other day, and I said to him, Robbie, look, I feel that you're our best left back, most experienced left back in the side, and get yourself ready because you're going to play. And he was chuffed. And I had a chat with Dave as well, and I told Dave that he was going to play in the centre midfield and not in the left midfield, as a playing in the middle with Andy Roberts, and that's what he prefers. But Neil Harris, I played him in a little role that I asked him to do, and he was fantastic as he caused havoc, and the lads were great.
It's Ryan's free kick. Peters with a good back header, and it's an easy goal for Whelan, so easy. Burnley all over the place, great header from Peters, but look at the marking. Whelan, it was training ground stuff. Millwall ahead. He tried to fight back, but Ryan didn't get enough of a header to that. Moore, right on the line. The winner is in the air. It's a matter of which side are more eager to get it. Here's Braniff in some space. Braniff! Well, the keeper was beaten and the ball came back off the post. Not away yet, though. Eiffel!
Back to Kevin Braniff. Braniff, it's all a little bit tight, and everybody seems to be playing for the half-time whistle here at the moment. Darren Ward now will play it forward up towards Bob Peters. Peters manages to turn it away from Walker, and now Braniff has got Sweeney outside him. Can Sweeney deliver a ball into the box? He's over on this right-hand side, wants to get it onto his left foot, must deliver. Peter Sweeney on his left now, stands it up, there's the header, there's the opening goal, and Kevin Braniff has finally done it! His first league goal for the Lions. It was his ball out to the right-hand side to Peter Sweeney that started it off. He made his way in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Sweeney on his left foot curled it in, and there's Kevin Braniff to head the Lions in front. It's Millwall 1, Nottingham Forest 0.
Henderson's free kick, only half-headed out. McVeigh! What a goal! With an early goal, and it's a game that they've got to chase straight away. Huckabee, he's doing some chasing. That's a good cross, and Henderson! 2 in 3 minutes. Tackling, but Roberts needed to get the challenge in a bit earlier. This is Huckabee again. And it's Henderson again! 3-0. It's a game they'll want to forget. The Ward has tucked in a consolation goal right at the end. Darren Ward. And it's deserved, because he's really played well today.
It wasn't an easy decision to make because there's a lot of factors to take into account, but the fact remains that Dennis and Ray have really got stuck into the job. They are the people holding the seat at the moment, and you know, they wanted it, and the players have responded to it. Now, when you know people that well, you know their strengths and you know their weaknesses. You can bring somebody in from outside and find that they've got a lot more weaknesses than the people that you already know, and you're only going to find that out till after the event. And really, we don't want to be in that position where, as mentioned earlier, joint eighth, we're only a point off the playoffs, so there's everything to play for.
Well, I spoke to Theo about it. I wanted to play for another year, and he's given me the opportunity to play for another year. I think that was important to me, and he showed me how much that he would like me to carry on as manager by doing that. And that's what I've done, and I've enjoyed it for the 4 weeks. And it was hard. It's hard work, but I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to it.
Has it been a big learning curve?
It has, yes, but fortunately I've had Ray with me, and Ray's helped me a lot. And if I couldn't have had him, I would never have been able to do what I've done. And I'm pleased that he's come on board with me.
I think the two wide men are. Look at Tim Cahill's being held there. Now the ball is into the danger area. Cahill rises. Can it break for Dave Livermore? Off the line. Still a chance is there. Ball hits the bar twice. And somehow or other, Derby County smuggle it clear, and there are players down in the area. But that was an unbelievable sequence of events. I think Millwall hit the woodwork 3 times there in that little flurry. And we'll hope to see it again. Darren Ward certainly had one of the efforts. Here we go. Livermore had the first shot. David Livermore
Cleared off the line.
with that shot. Off the line it was. Can't see who got that one. Then Ward hits the bar. It bounced up a couple of times and hit the woodwork.
Great clearance from Warner. Fofana's chasing this. Chadwick's in a good position. Cahill! Tim Cahill. It was a great save from Coombe. Wonderful cross from Fofana. He looked up. Chadwick seemed to have scored, but Cahill did. A great start. The City, of course, have a few of their own problems. Here's Chadwick. What a goal! Nick Chadwick, on loan from Everton, has struck one of the sweetest shots you'll ever see. And Millwall are 2 goals up. Just 5 minutes between them. And the manager is thrilled. The travelling faithful, something to reward them for. It's not an easy journey. Here's Kadamatri, got round the back here. Danny Kadamatri. Bradford have pulled one back. Robson, pleased in defeat in his first game. That's the way it goes sometimes. Gray has equalised for Bradford. Another very profound header from Ward. Millwall pushing for a winner. And they're exposed to the back. This is Michael Branch in the last minute. Has Warner done enough? He hasn't. Brian Robson's men have snatched it at the end.
Now here's Cahill.
Back to Dave Livermore. 2 in the area to aim for. Deep cross goes in. There's a header from Chadwick. Brilliant save. Chadwick from the rebound. Brilliant save again. Roberts. Oh, it's blocked away. And how close did Millwall come there?
But good play by Mulrine in the middle, and Huckabee's gone down again, and he certainly wasn't touched then. And I tell you what, Darren Huckabee's trying to get Muscat sent off because he went down and he wasn't touched. I saw it clearly in my own vision.
Oh, now Huckabee's having a go at somebody else.
He's going over to Muscat. He's going over to Muscat, and Muscat's been sent off. Well, how the linesman over that side, Dino, can see what took place over on this side is totally beyond me. Totally beyond me. Muscat has Wise in support. Wise will dink one forward for Braniff. Braniff controls. Can Braniff deliver a decent ball into the area? Oh, it's Henry! Oh, he didn't quite catch it right. Braniff delivered the cross. It was a little bit behind Chadwick.
Can they find a goal here from this free kick situation? About 10 yards inside the inside the Ipswich half. Muscat waving people forward. High hanging ball once more. Could break for anybody there on the edge of the area. Shot comes in. Oh my word, that was inches wide from Kevin Braniff.
Wise steps up, in it comes. Punch out, it drops to the feet. Oh, is it blocked on the line and it comes back?
It was Quigley, wasn't it, with the shot?
Oh dear,
Quigley's
I think
effort.
it was Quigley who had the shot.
Andy Roberts' corner. It's gone in. Alexander, what was he doing? And that'll surely go to Roberts. It's his biggest nightmare. In the snow and the wind, the ball's dropped in, and Millwall have a 4th-minute lead. Alexander, he'll dream of that in nightmares right over Christmas. Tucked in beautifully. Oh, appealing for handball, but wasn't given. Langley. It's a good ball through to Weston. And I think it's Thorne who's put it in. Carnival level. Elusive first win as manager. Something in the play today. There he is, Wise. And it's in there! And it's Cahill! Millwall's lead restored from the manager's cross. Delicate chip. And watch this from Cahill. He gets to the ball before Alexander. Only just 5 minutes to hang on, or might even get a third. Here's Sweeney. Onto the left. It's 3. And Dennis Wise has his first win now. 3-1. That permanent manager position is going to seem all that sweeter tonight. Way out. Elliott's here. Under Chadwick. Harris is in here. Neil Harris. And Millwall's captain has got his 5th goal of the season and put them ahead. It was the most delicate of chips over Thomas Myra. Everywhere today, even in defence. Oh, that's not a good back pass. And Johnson is down, and it's a penalty for Crystal Palace. Johnson, Warner's got to keep this out. He does! What a save! Well, you can bet Marvin Elliott will be the first to congratulate him. Genius from Warner.
Well, Tony, wasn't quite this time last year, but last year when Millwall came to Selhurst Park, you made a penalty save. But afterwards, you didn't leave in particularly happy mood. I think it's very different this time round because it meant 3 points.
Yeah, it was an important save. You know, I've kind of been letting myself down really with penalty saves this season. I think I've probably conceded about 3. Just in comparison to like the last couple of seasons, you know, I kind of pride myself on trying to save a few. So you know, I think I'm back on track now today. But you know, I think we rode our luck a little bit. But you know, I think it was good for us. It was good for the fans. You know, it was only our third away win all season. You know, obviously the second in a week. Sorry. So you know, hopefully we're on the right track now. We've got Gillingham on Sunday, so hopefully we can exercise a few ghosts there.
James into Shaw on the edge of the area. Shaw's trying to set up Hesson Tyler, and it's taken a wicked deflection and gone in. And Millwall behind, and they conceded that goal here at the Den for the first time under Dennis Wise.
There's nobody much there. Now Peter Sweeney is. Can Sweeney turn the ball into the centre? Kale leaps. Kale gets a bit of it. Kale gets it down. It's in from Nick Chadwick. And Millwall have equalised. Nicky Chadwick gets his first goal here at the Den. It was a great cross from Peter Sweeney coming in from the left-hand side. And Timmy Kale won the header. And Nick Chadwick it is who turns the ball across the line from no more than 6 yards. There's still obviously a bit of injury time left, but it's looking likely that this one's going to finish one apiece. But it's Gillingham who are maybe going to make Millwall pay yet again as James tries one, and James has scored! Would you believe it? Kevin James has produced something out of nothing into the top corner in the very last minute of the game.
Dicchio again holds the ball up well. Harris manages to get the deepest flick on to Sweeney. He's closed down, and in fact Sweeney gives up possession. Darren Ward has to cut out, but quick to react is Kevin Kyle. Unmarked at the back post, and Sunderland has scored. Marcus Stewart, I think it was, at the back post. Darren Ward was on the stretch. Braniff has got a bit of space to work with now. He's got Sweeney outside him. Dicchio's making his way into the area. Early ball! Dicchio! What a great goal, and what a great cross from Peter Sweeney! He decided to give it early. Millwall 1, Sunderland 1. Great cross from Peter Sweeney. Danny Dicchio with a flying header. Millwall all square, no more than they deserve.
Ball up to Dicchio. Can he hold it up? He can. Lays it back to Elliott. Elliott will open it out onto this near side and find Muscat. Muscat has got Eiffel making a run down this right-hand side. He's got two inside. There's Neil Harris. Harris gets the ball down. We'll try and turn and get a shot in. Will it fall for Dicchio? And it has! And Danny Dicchio puts Millwall in front. It was Neil Harris who stood it up. And Danny Dicchio on the far post heads in from no more than a yard. It's Millwall 2, Sunderland 1.
He's an impressive game so far. Anything wrong? Sweeney. It's a long ball which finds Eiffel. Braniff. Dicchio! Danny Dicchio! And what a move from Millwall. End to end, that brilliant pull from Sweeney. Found Eiffel, Braniff's touch, and look at this from Dicchio. What a finish. So this free kick. Roberts has stuck a toe out, and it's an own goal from Andy Roberts. Still, really, that was a great interception. Dicchio. Oh, and he's hit a last-minute winner. Dicchio. 2 against Sunderland, and now 2 against Crewe. And the Railwaymen have been taken into the sidings.
In 2 games, and certainly that winner on Saturday at Crewe was must be one of your better ones.
Yeah, most definitely. Very relieved when it went in, because we all know as a team we didn't play to the best of our abilities, but good relief for me. Wasn't very happy with my game, but as you said, I've got another 2 goals under my belt and very good 3 points.
Those conditions up there in Crewe, particularly in the second half. I mean, you were in danger there, sort of with that kind of stature. I mean, you were going to be blown over, were you?
Yeah, felt very much like a kite at times, but it was very much back to the walls, and I thought the boys defended very well in the second half. As you said, it's treacherous conditions up there. It was very windy, the rain was coming down, so they were putting a bit of pressure on us towards the the end of the second half. So we dug in and we managed to get the goal towards the end of the half and nick the 3 points.
Free kick then will be taken by Stoke City over on the left-hand side. Marcus Hall thumps it forward towards the edge of the area. Two Stoke players go for the same ball, but the opportunity arises, and this time it is in the back of the net. And another one from nowhere.
Good interception by Wise. Now Sweeney on the edge of the penalty area delivers it. Finds a header from Dickey. Oh, and Millwall are back on level terms. And again, it was an early cross from Peter Sweeney, and Danny Dickio strikes for the 5th time for the Lions on 21.5 minutes.
Slip at the back there, and Sweeney's in here. Eiffel's approaching and scores. And right on the stroke of half-time, Millwall have stolen the lead. Preston napping at the back, and Eiffel punishes them with this great finish. I'm pretty happy with that. This is Healy. He's got a deflection onto the crossbar. Half-headed away. Healy, and Davis has put it in. Preston are level with 20 minutes to go. Lawrence comes in first time. And Cahill's up there. And Cahill heads past Gould to get a second for Millwall. It was a bit of a hit and hope from Lawrence, but Cahill chased it all the way. Preston defence again, no marking at all, and Gould was beaten. And those travelling fans, well, they've come a long, long way, and they may well be going back with 3 points for Millwall.
Swales, first to the ball, loose ball is Ward, who finds Wise, who Lawrence to Ryans, just inside his own half. Ryan will take the area route forward. Dickio gets a good flick on. Harris controls. Harris into the back of the net. Neil Harris, goal number 6 for him this season. And I'll tell you what, he will be so relieved. But Danny Dickio, who's created and scored so many, was the major assist, Dino. But here come Rotherham United. And Dennis Wise watching the run. There's danger in that penalty area. There's still danger for Millwall. And the referee's given a penalty, and that is a harsh decision, I have to say, with 89 minutes showing on the clock. So, Millwall leading by that solitary goal to nil. Here is Proctor from the penalty spot for Rotherham United, facing the French keeper Willie Guerre. Up steps Proctor, and he scores straight down the middle. It's Millwall 1, Rotherham 1. A last-minute equaliser from the penalty spot for Michael Proctor. Ties it up. We're into stoppage time. If the old stopwatch could be started for us, we went to see the ball from the fourth official. 3 minutes. Elliott sides it off to Sweeney. Peter Sweeney needs to get that ball into the area. Lifts it up to the back post. Cahill! Timmy Cahill has deserved that goal! He has lifted himself to the back post to head a bullet header into the back of the net from Peter Sweeney. Millwall 2, Rotherham 1 with 30 seconds into 3 minutes of stoppage time.
Well, we don't believe in doing anything the easy way here at the Den of Dreams, do we, Ray? You must have been kicking yourself and anything that was near to you when the penalty was given away, but there's certainly a never-die spirit about this team.
Yeah, they do have a wonderful team spirit, Dino, and it's getting us through at the moment, and because of our inability to close the game out. And we've had enough chances today to have won a couple of games with good possession in the final third. But unfortunately we haven't done so, and we brought it upon ourselves again to have to fight our socks off. And I asked the lads after the game, have we ever won at the Den by more than one goal? Because it appears that we can't. And it will be very pleasant one day to try to give someone a good hiding, 2 or 3, where they can relax and play some football, because I honestly believe if we get ourselves into that situation, we can play some excellent stuff, because we do have the quality to do so.
I think an answer to the question. 13 wins this season. I think only 3 of them by more than one goal, 2 of them here, but possibly both before you arrived.
They were before I arrived, but I would like to see another one, Dino, I've got to say, because it's not, my hairline has gone, so I don't know what else I'm going to lose. But No, I feel for the lads because they're trying to implement everything we're asking them to do, and they work their socks off. We can't ask for any more from them as far as their effort's concerned. It's just that little bit of concentration when it comes to the nitty-gritty, and once we get that, I'm sure we'll start giving a few teams a good hiding.
Burnley looking to build, but the ball forward from Roach isn't as good this time, and Ryan can control. Eiffel looks to take the long ball, no offside. Eiffel just needs to get round Bruin. Jensen, Eiffel rolls the ball into the back of the net, and Peter Sweeney once again is the provider. Lovely ball from Peter Sweeney for Paul Eiffel. He timed his run to perfection, and he rounded the goalkeeper and rolled it into an empty net. Millwall had the lead on 13 minutes for their first attack of the game.
Header away by Muscat, overhead from Cahill. Chase for Eiffel down this right-hand side. And Eiffel's done really well, he's got away. Can he collect the ball? He's got Harris and Sweeney to aim for. He's got a bit of time to get it under control and look up and deliver the cross. And there's Sweeney! And there's the second goal for Millwall. Wow, what a great run it was by Paul Eiffel down the right-hand side. And it was Peter Sweeney coming in at the far post. It's Millwall 2, Burnley 0.
Well, Paul, another 3 points. The bandwagon's rolling on. We're continuing with the good performances and getting the results.
Yeah, unbeaten this year, which is nice. They've had some good results since we played them in the Cup last time, and another good 3 points for us.
Did you think it would be a bit tougher than it was? It did turn out? Because, I mean, the Cup tie was very tight and very tense, wasn't it? I mean, they asked quite a few questions of us in the first 15 minutes, and Andy Marshall had to be on his mettle.
Yeah, I think Marshall was brilliant today. I mean, he made a couple of good saves. I think the first goal killed them a bit. It was a bit against the run of play, but you know, after that, I think we went on and we deserved it in the end.
Tong. Jagielka's made the run. Ward's in the middle. And Millwall caught out by Jagielka's quick thinking. It's in the free kick, got a deflection. And Gray has hit a second for Sheffield United. Good turn from Livermore. Harris. Oh, it's another one of those clearances upfield. Good head down from Dicchio. What a finish! Paul Eiffel has struck a sensational goal to put Millwall back in this game. Lovely head down from Dicchio, but what a finish from Eiffel. Hit it beautifully. Maybe Millwall still have a chance. Livermore's free kick. Dicchio flicks on, and Harris arriving beautifully with his right foot gives Millwall the lead. It was a good free kick. Dicchio just right, finding Harris. Wonderful finish. Harris turning well. Great header from Ward. Millwall have two now. It's a wonderful cross from Harris, who just scored, and now Ward has made it 2. That was a terrible clash of heads, but Millwall have looked stronger, strangely. That's a good cross from Eiffel, and has it gone in from Harris? The linesman says it has, and Millwall had 3. This was the header, and the keeper couldn't keep it out, Davis. And Harris hugs his manager. Millwall have taken the tractor boys to pieces. Bodic. And Beck tucks one away for Ipswich.
Tremendous win here at a very, very difficult place to come. You must have been thrilled with that.
Yeah, it was. The lads were fantastic. Simple as that. Really. They worked extremely hard for each other, and the result was perfect. Really, perfect. It was what we wanted, and we're pleased with it. It's nice to see Chopper back to Chopper. That's what he's about. It's his performance when he comes on. Today was fantastic, and I was so pleased with him. And you can see the way that he celebrated and come over to see me. I think he's been dying to do that for a couple of weeks. So it was nice. It was lovely.
Stadium just one step away, they could almost reach out and touch it. Anticipated fixtures of the season, Den was treated to an absolute cracker.
Free kick then to Millwall. And in fact, even as the ball was stationary, suddenly the wind picked it up and took it back towards Matt Lawrence. He's now re-spotted it. They're going to play this one high forward again. Ward and Dicchio the obvious targets. Plenty of claret and blue shirts back there on the edge of their own penalty area as well. And there is the ball hanging in the air. Dicchio gets a flick on, fires to Eiffel. Eiffel's shot is blocked. Ball won't come down for him. Works his way out. Is a penalty surely?
Yes.
Yes, the referee and the linesman are in agreement. A penalty kick is given as Eiffel goes to ground.
17 minutes on the clock. Harris versus Bywater. Neil Harris steps up. Harris Draden low, and it comes out, and it's been saved by Bywater and had clear for a corner.
Here's Muscat, thinks about short ball to Roberts, instead goes longer towards Dicchio. Dicchio, again, the judgment is not easy with the win. There's Cahill. Cahill nods it down to Eiffel. Eiffel gets it down and brings it over to this left-hand side, facing Repka. Whips across in there. Anybody go to it? It's an own goal! Christian Daly puts it into the back of his own net. It was a lovely curling cross in there from Paul Eiffel, and stretching there was Christian Daly, who sticks it into the bottom corner, plus past his own goalkeeper, Stephen Bywater. It's Millwall 1, West Ham 0, and what a bizarre goal.
Millwall have the ball over on the far side. No offside flag up against Neil Harris, who's showing no interest, and Daly concedes the throw-in. So it's Millwall on the offensive straight away. Quick throw taken. Nick Chadwick. Can he deliver a decent ball into the area? He sweeps one into the back post. Cahill! Cahill! Tim Cahill has come round the back post, and Nick Chadwick has made an instant impact with an absolutely brilliantly delivered cross. Tim Cahill just ghosted round the back. Bywater managed to get some of the ball, but not enough to keep it out, they know.
Referee Jeff Winter is ready. Harewood with the kick, sends Marshall the wrong way. It's now Millwall 2, West Ham 1, and the Hammers are right back in it. Eiffel will take the corner. Cahill with the volley, and there's number 3 for Millwall! A left foot volley into the top corner from Tim Cahill. It's Millwall 3, West Ham United 1, and 2 goals in the first 10 minutes of this second half by Tim Cahill have surely put Millwall in the box seat now. He was about on the penalty spot as he let fly there, and keeper Stephen Bywater had no chance whatsoever. Millwall 3, West Ham United 1. There's Paul Eiffel collects in the centre circle and looks to play one forward, and Harris is onside. If he can get there ahead of Bywater, he goes over the top and it gets brought down, and the ball's gone out. The referee's got to give another penalty. Neil Harris will be the man to take it again.
Will Bywater stay or go?
Well, he lifted the ball over him, I think. He's gone. Stephen Bywater has gone as well. So Etherington goes to be replaced by Cernacek. So 61 minutes on the clock in what is a dramatic and increasingly dramatic game here at the Den, as Tim Cahill prepares to take the penalty for Millwall. Millwall leading by 3-1. They missed a spot kick in the first half. Cahill is on a hat-trick against Cernacek, and he's missed the target. Tim Cahill's completely missed the goal. Matt Lawrence will knock it back with greater power than that. Comes off the head of Daly, and Nick Chadwick does well. Gets it out to Cahill, and then he's played forward, and Chadwick will chase that. The ball will pick up a bit of pace, and now here's Chadwick with a chance. He's there, and Nicky Chadwick makes it 4 to Millwall, and he goes to the fans away to our right-hand side. Well, it was another ball which got caught in the wind and created all sorts of havoc in the heart of the West Ham defence, and Nicky Chadwick kept his cool and drilled it left foot into the back of the net.
I have to tell you that I don't remember second half quite like that in a long time. I don't remember the last time Millwall missed 2 penalties and won 4-1.
Yes, it was fantastic. The lads done great today, and it was a result we needed. Really, it's confident. Those in confident mood, and they played very well. They got about their jobs, and I was chuffed. To be honest, they were great. And obviously, I need to find a penalty taker. At the moment, I ain't got one who can stick it in, but I'm sure I'll find one.
But seriously, in difficult conditions, it seemed that Millwall were right up for it from the very start, and I don't think anybody could have any quibble that probably on the balance of the play today, that Millwall were probably 3 goals better.
Yeah, it was. To be honest, we were probably a little bit disappointed we didn't get 5 or 6 or 7. We had enough chances. I think when the goalkeeper went off, it was like the animal. We had to go at them and created so many chances. We could have had a lot more goals. But that's enough. I'm pleased with that, and the lads done very well. It was unfortunate to get a goal against. It was just the wind that took it, and it's Matty on the arm.
Wise plays it out to skipper Kevin Muscat. Muscat's got Neil Harris outside him, and he's continued his run. There's Muscat, squares it off. There's Tim Cahill, and Cahill puts Millwall in front. It's a lovely move that from Millwall. Started by Dennis Wise inside his own half. It was a little cross in there from Kevin Muscat, and Tim Cahill, well, he doesn't miss from 6 yards.
There's a long clearance. 10 minutes to go here. Here's Andrews! And he's stolen there. Good corner. Walker couldn't get to it. Ifill does though! With a spectacular volley. And as he says, what more can I do? Terrible goalkeeping. Not much of a defensive header either, but a glorious volley from Ifill has given Millwall a point.
And now it's back to Tim Cahill, plays a left-footed cross in. Dickey with a flicked header, and down goes Marginson, and that's the first save of the night.
Ball bounces on the edge of the area, drops to Chadwick. Chadwick with a volley! Oh, just couldn't come down and dip. Bit of space for Sweeney. Can he measure a decent ball in? He's all got rather tight for him. Lays it back for Elliott. Oh, drive it, just curling wide of the right upright.
There's McCammon, Ward, Dickio, Matt Lawrence, and of course Tim Cahill, who's not the tallest of players, but probably is the best in the air out of all of them at these sort of situations. Wise puts it into the mix. There's the header, and there's the goal, and it's Danny Dickio who puts Millwall in front. What a sweet, sweet goal it is for him. He was rejected by Gary Megson at West Bromwich Albion, decided his future was here at the Den, and boy, did he want to make that point. Taken neatly there by Doby, and Albion trying to play a bit of football here. Lloyd Dyer, who is playing in that O'Connor role. Now there's a good break from Clement, ball inside to Dyer here. Dyer, low shot, turned in at the far post, and Albion are level.
Basically cemented themselves in that top two, and it was up to us to shake them up a touch, and I think we did exactly that, and the way they responded, the guys, from the atrocities of Saturday was terrific. We came back, we played some really good football, which we were pleased about. We worked our socks off. The only downer probably was our final ball in the box, which let us down a touch.
You must have been more than pleased. You can set out with the 2 big men up front, and they really did upset them for the first half hour or so, didn't they?
Yeah, we felt that might be the case. We've got a lot of bodies that have been punished over the last couple of months, so we decided that instead of stick back up there and have a little bit of a go. We've got the ball forward just a touch quicker. But when we got it forward, we got it forward with a bit of quality. And for us to get hold of the ball and pass and make some good opportunities. But just that final pass just let us take a touch.
And the other frustration, Albion probably had 15 minutes in the game, didn't they? Just after half-time with the 2 substitutions, and it proved costly.
Yes, it did. It did, but that's why they're at the top of the league, because they've got players they can bring in all over the place, and up front they're especially gifted. They didn't have hands to the other, so when I put an injury, I would never do, but they got him as well. So yeah, they threw a couple on, but they had to because they realised they were getting a bit of a turn at the time. I think we've given one of the top 2 sides a bit of a pace.
Three in the box for Millwall. And it's gone in for Livermore. Gerrard may well kick the post. More a case of Everard than Gerrard. Livermore's effort creeping in. Reed making the jump, but Reed will pick this one up. He might try something from here. What a goal from Reed! What a goal! Spectacular! Not just about everywhere. There he is again, getting stuck in. Johnson's got forward, the flag stays down, and Forest take the lead on 70 minutes. Just those last few minutes. Little touch, Chadwick. And never mind super sub, we got super lone sub. And Chadwick may have got a point for Millwall. Fantastic strike.
Full start there from Sweeney. Now he's going to take the free kick now. And there's Chadwick against it. There, Dicchio! And Millwall in front, and it's Danny Dicchio against the goal. It was a free kick delivered perfectly onto the head there of Nicky Chadwick by Peter Sweeney, and his knockdown was touched in. A diving header there by Danny Dicchio from no more than 4 or 5 yards. It's Millwall 1, Watford 0 with 15 minutes gone. Ball out on this near side of the field with Mayo. Finds Cook. Cook's going to take on Robbie Ryan. Ryan's been twisted one way and the other by Cook. Cook then delivers a ball very deep towards the far post at the stage here, and it's in the back of the net off Matt Lawrence, and that's the equaliser. In fact, it's Darren Ward. Well, Millwall looking towards the linesman, but I don't think they're going to get any joy. Let's just have a look at how Millwall are going to set up now. Is it still going to be a 4-3-3, a 4-2-4? Are they going to play 4-3-3, or maybe even the diamond? Looks more like the diamond again now, which Millwall have played to some effect, but it does mean that on this left side suddenly, Cook has got a lot of space, and he's going to try one, and he scores! Well, no sooner has the substitution been made, but Cook finds himself in acres of space on this left-hand side, and he runs straight into that space and drills it left-footed into the far corner. It's Millwall 1, Watford 2 with 20 minutes remaining, and it's all going wrong for the Lions now. And it's going to be left-footed from Salako once more. Plenty of big burly frames in that penalty area from both sides. Gota with the shot, and Gota scores on the volley. Salako, an out-swinging corner. Sean Gota, first-time volley. Andy Marshall, no chance. It's Millwall 0, Reading 1. There's a bit of bumping and boring going on in the penalty area. Sweeney flicks it up, and it's hit the post, and oh dear, it's hit the post and been cleared away to safety, and a brilliant free kick there from Peter Sweeney. And
Started well in the cup, the league form has unfortunately taken a turn for the worse, with it any realistic hopes of promotion as the Lions set to 10th in the table.
The manager would love to end the season with a win. It's a long time since their last one in the league. Boulder has intercepted this, and he's hit a goal for Derby. This free kick. Ends it round the wall and into the back of the net. And surely that's safety for Derby, but disaster for Millwall.
ball forward now for Neil Harris in the box. Oh, that's a handball, surely, referee. Oh, that was a handball. Yes, it is a penalty. The linesman's given it. Neil Harris, first real piece of trickery from Chopper in the box, forced the defender into using his hand, and Millwall have a penalty.
Neil Harris versus Alan Combe. What we want to see is a good strike from Chopper. Harris, he scores! Millwall 1, Bradford 0, and Neil Harris shows the relief of putting a very good penalty inside the right-hand upright.
Peter Sweeney it is who comes off to be replaced by the young man. Don't know a great deal about Curtis.
Is he left-footed? I'm just wondering if he's left-footed, but he's going into the central. In fact, it looks like they may be going back to the diamond.
Bradford making a bit of a go of it right in the last minute of the game. Here comes a cross deep towards the far post. Confident there was Andy Marshall that was heading out for the goal kick. 1 minute of added on time. And Millwall players are pledged to come out and do a lap of honour at the end of the game, providing people don't run onto the pitch, Adrian, and let's hope that's the case. It's been a super season, in spite of the fact that towards the end they will have died away in terms of their playoff hopes, but you know, the prospect of an FA Cup final in a fortnight's time, a real party situation, and the referee blows early in actual fact, and the players will leave the field and will come back no doubt to take their plaudits. So we'll be staying live here so that those of you listening on Lions World can enjoy the atmosphere here at the Den at the end of the season, end of the league season, and we've still got that FA Cup final to look forward to, of course. Adrian, today Millwall just doing enough, getting the win, which was important, needed the penalty to do so, but just important to get that little bit of a confidence boost at the end.